Hi guys, it's Patty from Patty's Crafty Spot, and I'm here to share with you today the next page style for my fall mini album. So let me walk you through real quick what we use to make this page here. So for journals and planners, I use the medium pocket die as well as the large pocket die. And then from big labels and tags, I use number 13, this one here. And I also use from Crealies Next XXL dies number 103. This is the book die. Super cute. So let me walk you through the page. So starting off on the top, I use the book die to make this little swing tab right here. And then these photo mats are made with the large pocket die. So they open up like that. And then this one just swings over so you can open that one up. And then I created a little waterfall with the tags. Gives it a nice pretty decorative element down here. So then they just all flip up, just like that. And then underneath, room for a photo mat as well. And I'll probably end up doing the rest of the back side of these. I'm just going to wait until my album is all done so I can use scraps because I don't use a lot. Obviously, you can see right here that you're not using a very big piece. So I'm going to wait to finish that up once I get done with my album and just use my scraps for that. So then the little photo mats are what keeps the waterfall pages closed, and then the little swing tab is what keeps the photo mats closed. So I come over here to this side, and I have some tags I made. And I also made 2 corner pockets using the medium and the large pocket die right there. So a lot of room for photos, and just like the other page, it does go ahead and open up room for photos. You can always add more pockets here if you would like to, or just do a nice photo spread right there. And then I have 2 corner pockets here, and then I went ahead and put in some photo mats, but there's that right there. And let me just show you. So then that would close up. So then let me grab one of my original pages. So this is this page here. This opens this way because this side here is going to be where it's going to attach to our spine. And then this one here goes opposite because the spine will be attached in here. And the pages themselves are going to get attached like this. So then you'll have your page here, and then you flip it over to this way. And then you would have another page just like this attached. So that's what that looks like. And let me just talk through the reasoning what I did. So if you look at this page here, it's thicker on the left-hand side because there's more going on here, where this one here is also thicker on the left-hand side. However, when the page itself is attached like this side's thicker, as thick as this one. So there is a little bit of stuff in the middle, but you're not going to be too thick on one end. So it should lay flatter. So this side on here is a little thicker and this side here. So together, they kind of work out. So that was the reasoning, the way I had did those ones. All right, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I made this page right here. So let me tell you what you're going to need. So to start off with, I already pre-cut all of my pieces because this one is a pretty simple page to do. Oh, and let me just say that I did go ahead and I have 3 pages now made for my album. So I have these 3 ready to go. So you're also going to need to make 3 of these. So you need, so just like before, you're going to need 1 piece 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 square, and you're going to need 1 piece 8 3/4 by 8 1/4, and you're going to score at a 1/2 inch right there, and then we're going to add our tape. So let's go ahead and do that. And this page too does go along pretty quickly. And then we're just going to angle those corners. And then fold this over and give it a good burnish. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to set it on top. Make sure we're all lined up nice and square. And then I like to hold it down and remove my tape. Give it a good burnish. So this is what we have right here. All right, so now what you need to do is to create the waterfall. What you need to do is cut out 6 tags, and I'm using the largest die from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this would be my 6th one. So I have these, and what you need to do is go ahead. Let me grab my paper cutter because I can explain it better. And you're not even going to, let me angle it because you just need to kind of see what I'm doing. Let's zoom in. Well, it's not very clear. Anyway, what you want to do is grab one. I have way too much. There you go. So I'm going to put it in, and this part right here, this is my 6-inch mark. I'm going to go ahead and line it up here, right at the 6-inch mark. So it's right there, and then I'm just going to chop that off. All right. And you need to do this to all 6 tags. And then your next, so you have this right here. That's what's cut off. I need to bring some color back in here. The camera is going crazy. Sorry about that. So anyway, you have this piece right here. You don't need this, so you can get rid of that. And then what you want to do is put this in your scoreboard, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch. So you have a 1/2 inch score line right there. And then you're going to apply tape to that. So I already did that. So these are my pieces with the tape already. So now you want to take your page. So what you want to do is take your page, and it opens like this. And we're going to put our waterfall on this side. So you're going to take your first piece, fold it over, make sure it's burnished down nice and flat because you want nice clean edges. So now I'm going to just kind of rotate it, and it's what you want to do is put it here. And you're going to look to make sure that, let me put it the right way, that you're lined up across the top even and straight down across this part here, nice and even as well. And you're going to go ahead and stick this down. So I'm just going to make sure I'm all lined back up again. I'm going to hold it. Let me get it up a little more. All right, so here we go. So once I know I'm good, I'm going to hold it. And then make sure I stick it down. So this is what I have right now. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and take my next flap, and I'm just going to line it up right to that spot, and again, right down the side here. So I'm just turning it because it's easier for me to see it. And you want to make sure you're staying straight, so the best way is to make sure you're lined up across this bottom right here. And it looks good. Stick it down. and then give it a good burnish. And then you're going to go to the next, and you're going to do 6 of those. And that one. And get the tape up. This is what we have right now. Just like that. And if you want, you can always look on the back side. You should see no overhang. It should be nice and even. And lining up again. And 2 more, almost done. And then other than decorating all the little bits and pieces, oops, it slipped. This page is pretty easy to make. And you could, if you wanted to, go ahead and cut these at an angle. However, these are showing right now, and I didn't want it to see. If I had an angle, you'd see that part, and I figured I could put a little strip of paper on those with my scraps afterwards. So that's why I didn't angle those like I did on the page itself. And this one. I wanted to keep it looking clean because I wasn't quite sure how I was going to cover that. If I wasn't worried and was going to cover it, then I would have just gone ahead and angled those corners so there wasn't much overlap. So we have our 6 pages on right now. So the next thing you need to do is you're going to need, so altogether, so that was 6 of these, and altogether you'll need to cut out 4 of the large pocket dies. This is the large. You need 4 of those, and you're going to need 1 of the small ones. So what you want to do on these now, so we need to make our little page flaps. So on here, because I like the nice smooth line. Oh, you know what? Almost forgot to do one more thing. We need to put a score line on these. So as you can see here, I have room. I wanted to have room because the thickness of the photo mats. So I'm scoring, so if you take your pocket and you go from this line right here, so the fold, so probably the easiest way would be to go ahead and fold that over because you're going to need that flap. Put it in and make sure you're lined up. You're going to score at a 1/4 inch. And because you fold it over, might be a little difficult. So now you have like double score lines. So let me just want to make sure it's good and solid. So you have an extra score line right there. And so you can see right here where you have the extra, there's a little box right there. Just cut that out so you don't have a lot of bulk. So just that little corner right there. Oops. So I just took off that little tiny piece right there. All right, so you have that. And then let me just do this one. I gotta do it this way, only because it's easier for me to get the folder in there first. Oops. And now I can go ahead and give it a better score now. All right, and then let's go ahead and cut those. I didn't do it on my first page, and I probably should have. But live and learn, and now I did it. All right, so on this one here, you just need to go ahead and fold down these flaps. You don't need those, so you can either cut them off or tape them down. I prefer to tape them down, only because I like the nice cleaner edges. And then this side. And then from your new score line, just fold it over. And I like to fold it back and forth. Just that way it gives it a nice fold. And then let's do the same thing with this one. Now what I want to do is go ahead and apply some score tape to my piece. So now on this one here, let me just show you. I'm applying the score tape to where the die made the crease mark. So up to that, the first score line. And then the second one is the one we made. We're not putting tape on that one. And then it would fold back. So let me just cut this off. All right, so then what you want to do, let's grab our page. Oh, let's get this one taped up first too. And then we'll just do them both together. All right, so now we need our page. So for the first one, make sure it's nice and folded. So basically you can see now we have this. So this score line here, the first one is the one that made the die made, and then this one here is the one we made, the extra one. So if you fold it, this is what you have. And then this little gusset allows for the thickness of your waterfall. So what you want to do is flip them all up, and you're going to attach this all the way to the edge to here. So, and it should fit exactly. So you can see you have just about 1/8 of an inch at the top. So I'm going to attach this the same way I always attach, making sure I'm squared off at the bottom, and I am also lined up right to the edge. I'm going to remove my tape. So now you have, that's what you're looking at now. And then it opens up, and then these all go down just like that. All right, I did do the top part I made with the pieces that fold over, because I have a big enough piece of decorative paper on the top that you won't see that. And then when these open, it's nice and clean on the inside. So now we have to add the next one. And for this one here, You're going to flip these up, and you're going to line it up to where this edge is right here, and again to the bottom. So go ahead and line it up, making sure you're squared off at the bottom. And then once it looks good, stick it down. And then fold it back. Like that, and then again you can see that's what we have right there, and then this one too. So then you just can go ahead and close down your whole waterfall, and then when you have your little swing tab, that holds that one in place. So now we're going to do our corner pockets over here. So for that one you're going to need a small pocket, a medium pocket die and a large pocket die. Okay, and those are going to go here. So what you want to do on these is you want to go ahead and put this in your paper trimmer, and let's just fold these down so I can show you. And what you want to do is cut from this corner all the way down to this corner. So, and then this is what you would get. So you cut that off, and you do that to both pieces. And I've already taped them, so we're ready to go. And then you're just going to go ahead and set them in the corner. And again, the same way. So you're going to go all the way to this edge and all the way to this edge. And line it all up so you're nice and squared off. And down with this one. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the one from the medium pocket die, and we're just going to set it on top. So it's kind of a stacked corner pocket. So hold that down. And then attach this one. And then that's what we have there. All right, so now the only thing left to do is the inside. And we're going to just put 2 corner pockets there. And for that one, I also used the large pocket die. And with this one, what you want to do is, I didn't do this one yet, so let me do this one with you. So you want to find your center, and let's go ahead and fold those in. And overall, this is 5 1/4, so I'm going to go, let's see. Right there. Make a mark. So I just made a little mark right there. And on this one here, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my paper cutter, and I'm going to cut from this corner to the mark and this corner to the mark. So let me show you. Alright, so basically this would have been my pocket die, so let's open it up so you can see it. So that's how it would have been. And then we just cut those off. And now I can just go ahead and add some tape. And we're almost done with this page. This one is super simple, easy, but it's got a lot of fun elements to it. And let's turn this up. My tape's sticking. All right. So here's our 2 corner pockets. And let's grab our page. We're going to open it up, and then these, same thing, are just going to go right in the corners. Just like that. This one here on this side, you'll have your fold line right here. Go about 1/8 of an inch, or even a 1/16. You don't even have to go 1/8. 16th inch away from that fold, from the score line there, just so you don't have to worry about anything getting caught on the fold. You don't want to have any extra bulk there. So as you can see right there. So there's a little bit of a space in between there. And then that way you won't have to worry about your page binding up. Alrighty, anyway, that's it. The only thing left to do is to decorate, and that's the easy part. Let's see, I think that's about it. So go ahead and you're going to create 3 of these pages for the back sides of those. And just let me give you a quick little walkthrough again. So we used a little piece here for a tag that flaps over. And then just go ahead and move it back. That way we don't have to worry about it catching over here. You got your cute little waterfall. So to make these parts here, you just cut them out of like a scrap piece and just figure out how far down you want to cut it. So what I did was, I don't know how well you're going to see it. Kind of see it. But there's stitch lines right here. So on this one here, like you have like the little corner stitch, and then you have like 2 full straight stitch lines. I cut right after the 2 straight ones on each end, which made it nice and even across. So I just lined them up in my paper cutter and cut those. So that's how I made sure that those were even. And then our tags, and then we open up here. Alrighty. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick page. This one was an easy one to make. And if you are watching this on my YouTube channel, Patty's Crafty Spot, or the Crealies YouTube channel, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already. And until next time, guys, happy crafting. Bye.